All right, joining me now is Jesse Weber, NewsNation legal contributor and also retired FBI agent Bobby Chacon. First of all, a lot of people have been asking me whether Charlie Kirk was wearing a bulletproof vest, and I just confirmed from the sheriff that he was not. Not that that would have really made a difference, I don't think. Bobby, you can weigh in on that. I mean, obviously it appears that he was shot in the neck, so I don't think that would have mattered. But a lot of people just sort of wanted to know, and I just got that confirmed. But Bobby, it's interesting. The governor here in Utah said this morning that the suspect was indoctrinated with leftist ideology. Is there anything more that you've learned about that, Bobby?
No, but I can surmise that he made that statement based on things that he's been told from the FBI in their examination of his, digital footprint, as we call it. The FBI has a SOMEX, or what we call a social media exploitation team, that specializes in going into someone's background and all of their comments on all of the different platforms and finding that stuff and seeing a pattern of ideological thoughts and ideas. And so I'm assuming, surmising that he made those statements after being told what the investigators found or have initially found. I'm sure they're continuing that deep dive, but have initially found from some of his online activity.
Jesse, obviously the feds are involved. The state is also involved here. Who will end up getting jurisdiction over this case? Because it's my understanding that the murder charge right now so far is a state charge, right?
And I think it may stay a state charge. Why do I say that? Even though this is a heinous crime, there may not be an actual federal crime at play that fits in with this pattern of facts. We don't even have a domestic terrorism charge to necessarily charge him with. When you look at something similar in recent history, the Mangione case, the way that they were ultimately able to charge him is murder through stalking. I don't know if that actually applies. That was also interstate. So I don't know if that's what we're seeing here. But look, it looks like the state is going to take charge. And something to note here, while he has not been formally charged, we believe that's going to happen on Tuesday, aggravated murder was listed in the probable cause statement. The reason that is so significant is because that is how they're amplifying this to the most serious crime in Utah. That is how we try to get the death penalty on the books. The idea here is that this was a killing committed in certain circumstances that posed a grave danger to others, that this suspect allegedly opened fire in an open crowd. Yes, the target was Charlie Kirk, but opening fire with that many people around, that is the hook that they're trying to get this to the highest level felony in Utah.
And Jesse, they have a death penalty by firing squad here in Utah. And I know death penalty cases can be tricky, but I would imagine with the video that so many of us have seen, which is just awful. I mean, the whole assassination was caught on video. I would think with that video, this, prosecutors would have a strong case here for the death penalty.
You would think so, but don't always guarantee it. I mean, if you look at the Parkland school shooting, which is one of the worst mass shootings we've ever seen, the jury came back and ultimately said, no, life in prison. It can be very complicated. And look, for a defense attorney's perspective, what are they going to do? They are going to say, look at the circus that has been created in the last few days. His mugshot has been plastered everywhere. You have politicians who are already talking about Tyler Robinson, and it may be very difficult to get a jury, let alone a jury that would be in favor of the death penalty, a death penalty qualified jury. It may be too early, but look, this is a heinous crime. That video is now ingrained in so many people's minds, and we're in the beginning stages, but clearly they want to go as strong as possible against the suspect.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.